So off we go. Welcome everyone to this morning's meditation. Today's theme is timelines and the veil. It feels appropriate. We have been tracking through our theme of um, the Metatron code and following the different transmissions of the Metatron, the Metaraya. Last week, dimensional coherence. And it's without further ado today, kind of an interrupt to the pattern before we transition into the codes. The plan was for today to start into the codes, but as it always goes, Spirit always has a different plan, a different design in mind for us. And it's always a collaboration, a partnership with Spirit, a partnership with the divine that we're working with. And I think it's in that light of that partnership that we couldn't progress further into understanding the true nature of the Metatron code, and the Venus temples and everything that we're talking about when we're talking about the Metatron code of dimensional coherence, without understanding that we're in this to be in partnership with Spirit. That true dimensional coherence is understanding that it's not about it being spirit up there and spirituality up there, and we're living human life here, that it's about the veil being open at all times, that they're not being a veil, right? That spirituality and life is one beautiful intermingling mix, and that we get to walk arm in arm, hand in hand with the divine, with our ancestors, with those who are transitioning, have transitioned with us, for us, through us, who have forged this path as we have many times, as they have many times, um, simultaneously, that they never really leave our side, that they're here with us, doing this with us. And when we allow ourselves to just melt, have all of those illusions of density melt away, that really it's all right here at our fingertips. And so I think we get to experience this interrupt in my planning for transitioning into the code today, and let this Tuesday be all about that. So we're going to journey directly into this theme of partnership, right? And this theme of timelines, because timelines are a construct that as humans we make up. They are a construct that we associate with our lives, and our lives are defined by this body that is formed and forged in a timeline. And yet that timeline is one that is just eternal and constructed to this physical space, yet we know for the soul it's non-existent. So today we're going to play with that, and we're going to allow that veil to come down, and we're going to feel into the eternal nature of our soul, because in that eternal nature is that partnership that our soul is seeking and part of at all times and in all ways, and the bonds that our soul has forged in all ways and through all times and through all timelines. So with that, let's just go ahead and do it. Enough talking. I'm going to drop to where I'm best, out of the mind and into the somatic. Nice deep breath in. Let's kick off, even though the field is already here, the veil is already down. Let's just orient ourselves in the same field. Nice big yawn if you feel the field dropping in your body. Go ahead and call in that light link. Just let yourself feel the sun shining and the veil, as though we're pulling back today the curtain, as though the curtains are opening, and that kingdom of heaven is emerging on the other side of that curtain. Today, the sun is not something that is in the distance and high above our heads as though we've stepped out the front door. It is something that is immediately here on the path in front of us. And those curtains part, they simply dissolve. And there's this beautiful golden path right here for us, forged by us and for us, an eternal path being held open, not in the distance, not some big, long, hollow tunnel that we can see out there way far away, but right here. Beautiful, beautiful golden path full of light, just waiting for you to step through. Not even a force field, just an activation, an ignition point, a choice, a declaration, a claiming, an awareness, again, an ignition within you of belonging, of worthiness, an identity. This is me. I am this. This is mine. This light lives in me. I am one. I am creation. I am the created. I am the creator. I am eternal. Eternity lives in me. And as you sit here on this threshold, feeling this veil having come down, this golden light here before you, I want you to feel into all of the, I'm going to say timelines, but really it's all of the souls that you know that have forged this path and so often are the ones that hold these gateways and this threshold open. For so often it is the souls that have nearly and dearly departed, have made this transition, that hold this portal open for us. But today, magically, hold it distinctly open, easily open. Today, it is held open, easily. There is no rip in the veil. It is just open. Portal of identity, a portal of remembrance, a portal of belonging. There is no journey. There is no, again, tunnel. There is no discord. There is no seal. There is no other. There is no separation. It is just simply I am and remembrance, acknowledgement, activation, integration, acceptance, a lock in, if you will, within the cells. I want you to feel the lineage of light that lives within you, your ancestors, both future forward and future back. So, what does that mean? Future forward and future back. We shift time, we shift memory, we shift the past through the energy we hold, much like a spine being adjusted. We can create alignment from one point in the center by lining all of the cards, let's say in a deck, by lining and aligning everything up, we can shift the entire timeline from the center point of gravity. So as you feel your ancestors, past generations, and future generations, as you stand in this threshold and this thresholding chamber where the veil usually resides, feel these timelines into the past, what we would normally call the past, and into the future. And feel through your physical body of your spine, but also in this space within your DNA, within the cells of your DNA, within your family's DNA, and within all of the ancestors, a clicking into place, the alignment of fulfillment, of worthiness, of belonging, of identity, of the lessons that you have brought forward, of the strength, of the courage, of conviction. For each generation brought forward a stepping stone of survival, of future forward, of next. And even though it may have been in their imperfections, they still got you to you, and you still completed the circuit. You still completed the loop. And now, from this spot, we close circuit. We close, we complete the timeline, we complete the loop in this identity of the creator, of the created. Feel the weight of gravity, of all of the dimensions, of all of the timelines, of all of the highest and best of what was destined to be survival, light, love, intentions being brought and driven to the surface, and allowing for the rest to be flushed out and cleared, and the light and the darkness to be honored in their equal glory, polarities to be honored in their equal right. As you feel these timelines working with each other, the new and the old, what's to come, juxtaposed against what has been. And as we begin to look across this veil, we are gifting the language of frequency. For that is the gift of this moment as we forge the path into the future. The language of dimensional coherence is that of frequency. It is the language that was taken away from us at Babylon, the language of our ancestors, the universal language of frequency and light that kept us in our silos, that kept us from being able to understand our true nature of creation that kept us coming back to measuring only in timelines and the distance between each other and our environments, kept us repeating the same cyclical loops generation after generation after generation, creating cyclical chains of depression and compression and restriction. And yet, as we gaze across these ancestral chains, we now only see freedom. Freedom and hope that brought us through some of humanity's darkest times in survival, through windows and periods of time that many didn't make it through, periods of time with an absence of understanding of our true nature. And yet we made it to here. And so as you stand here with the veil down in this golden flame, with this golden light, blessing your ancestors with this gift of this language, send their identity and this song. Bless them with this song. For true dimensional coherence is the ability to sing this song across all of the dimensions, to sing the universal song of frequency and light, and to allow them to hear the excitement rise throughout the lifetimes within their selves, the call of the angels in the depths of their hearts, outside of space and time, the hope of a brighter tomorrow, the hope through the tunnel, that little beacon of light, that there is something on the other side in the depths of their darkness. For all you know, at the end of that timeline, it is you standing here on this thresholding chamber with the veil down, calling yourself, calling each of your ancestors home. And as we look into the future, what songs are we able to sing with frequency? What songs are our souls going to be uplifted to with light? How critical is it going to be to express ourselves in our divine blueprint as the genetics begin to shift and alter, not just according to our own blueprint, but with outside influence? How critical is it going to be that we remember how to sing our song as we're only just learning how? We will need to remember the power of this density, the power of anchoring in to the earth, to our humanness, to our core. We will need our ancestors in these memories, for there will come a time where we will forget what these chains felt like. There will come a time where we are craving the solidness of these weights and what it feels like to be rooted, for our feet to be deep in the earth and our teeth to have something to sink into to hold us down. Or it goes both ways. Dimensional coherence must have both the dark and the light. This is the gift of our ancestors, and we must never forget the sacrifices of the lessons that their souls gifted us. We must never be too cavalier. We must never go too fast. We must always tread lightly through these grounds. If I said that right. And let their weight be our guide. For the deeper we allow ourselves to feel their roots, the higher we can soar. That's what I'm trying to say. It is their backbone that allows us to hold these veils open in ways that it is not just open on a whim. It is their backbone that allows us to feel the veil open. And with that, we are truly grateful. What a blessing. What an honor. What a gift. And it is through that that their lessons and their lessons and their blessings and their gifts get to be set free for all of humanity. Amen. Ashi, namaste. May they soar with the peace of the dove. Ashi.